to IGN's E3 Live show. The Gran Turismo games have been some of the most influential racers to ever hit the genre. People have been anxiously waiting for Gran Turismo 5, so let's see how the game is shaping up. With us is Chris from Sony. Welcome, guys.
Chris, thanks for being here. Welcome to the show.
Glad to be here.
So we get to see a look at Gran Turismo 5. Finally, what can you tell us about what you guys have brought to E3 this year?
Well, the one thing that we brought, and a lot of people have been waiting for, is the launch date, which is November 2nd. Everyone's been dying to hear it, and well, there it is. You know, it's an early Christmas present. Let's put it that way.
And that alone might have been enough, but you guys brought more stuff too, right?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, right now, the video we're showing one of the tracks that we have in game. It's the Top Gear track. And
awesome.
You know, it's just a small sample of all the different tracks that we're going to have in the final version. Here we have a rally track, and this is kind of showcasing one of the new technologies that we have in Gran Turismo, which is the enhanced special effects and dynamic lighting. This is the Toscana track, and in the game you're going to see a full progression from day to night, and then that's when you're going to see like the headlights come up. And you're going to be able to see the enhanced special effects like I just mentioned, which is all the dust particles that are kind of floating in air, and being able to really feel like you really are that rally driver, that you really are at that track, and that after the race is over, you're going to have to wash your face because it's all full of dirt.
And you got headlights and high beams now, right?
Exactly, and that's just some of the few features that we're showing here today, but there's a slew of other things that will be in the final version as well.
Awesome. So there's the Top Gear track, the Toscana track. What are some of the other tracks?
We've got a couple of European tracks that we're showing as well. We've got Madrid, we've got Rome. And quite frankly, I like to show people Rome because how often do you get to take like a Ferrari out in Rome and just close down the streets?
I haven't taken a Ferrari to Rome in a really long time.
Exactly.
So this will be great to finally be able to do that again.
Yeah, I mean, and that's exactly the reason why we get to travel around to all these different places and kind of see the potential of you could actually race here. And not only that, so we take them there in terms of racing, but what happens after your race? You want to kind of tone down the mood and have something where you can just relax and just look at the beauty of the cars.
So that's kind of what we're seeing here. This is the photo travel mode, right?
That's right. So we have different locations around the world. Here we're showing Kyoto. Again, when you get to take your Lamborghini out to Kyoto and just kind of close it off and just see the cherry blossoms fall. It's kind of difficult to do, but in Gran Turismo, we want to do that because when you're racing, you can't really notice the environment around you. It's going by so fast that this is a way for us to kind of like put it on pause for a second and let you realize that it's not just about cars. It's about the entire environment. It's all beauty to it. We want to make sure that every single pixel on screen is a perfection.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much detail in this game, the cars, the environments. It's almost like if you don't have something like this, you just don't really get to appreciate all the work that's gone into rendering all this stuff so perfectly. True.
And, we have some really awesome locations. So right now we're showing Kyoto, like I said, and then the Red Bull hangar as well. It's some places where a lot of people, even if you live in Austria, you don't really get a chance to go to the Red Bull hangar. And because we have such a long history in the automotive world, we have these special relationships with these different companies in the automotive industry, and they just kind of invite us, and we collaborate on certain projects, and we get there and we're like, this is amazing. Like, we definitely have to share this with everybody.
It's very cool. So now in this mode too, you can park your car kind of anywhere you want in this area, and then you can actually get out of the car and move the camera around and change the angles, right?
Exactly. You just throw your keys to the valet and say, leave it there. No, but yeah, so you can move the car around and you get different angles, lighting effects. It's really great. And the cool thing about it is, so, you do this in 2D, but again, one of our big announcements has been 3D, the full implementation of 3D into Gran Turismo.
And this involves like the head tracking with the glasses?
As well, the head tracking is both for 2D and 3D.
Oh, okay.
But the 3D mode is really what brings it home. So everyone knows, Gran Turismo is really kind of the pinnacle of racing. It is as realistic as you're going to get, and when it comes down to it. But when you have 3D on, I mean, that's really when you are seriously sitting in the car. It feels like you have the entire car wrapped around you. And talking about head tracking specifically, when you move your head to the left, the camera's going to pan to the left. You move it to the right, you pan to the right. So you really are going to feel like you're driving that car. And a lot of people are wondering, like, why would you do that? And it really comes down to we are passionate about cars. What we do in our daily lives is, we do this, Gran Turismo as a passion, but we also take it out. We go to tracks, we go go-karting. We do so many things in the actual competitive arena, like Kazunori, he just competed in the 24-hour Nürburgring race. So there's certain things that you learn when you're doing that about how you're supposed to look left or right when you're driving, when you're racing. And we want to communicate that to a lot of users because it's so real. We know that a lot of people are using it to train, to actually compete in real-world events.
Now, you mentioned before being able to kind of sit in the car and get that experience of the interior. There are two classes of cars in Gran Turismo 5, right? We've got premium and standard. Can you tell me a little bit more about how that breakdown works?
Well, it's the golden 80-20 rule. Basically, we have like around 800 of the standard cars, and
it's a huge amount of cars.
Yeah, and overall, you're going to get 1,000+ cars. So it really is a lifetime worth of vehicles.
And so those the premium cars, they're like rendered inside and out. They've got full damage, right? You can see all the damage.
Well, yeah. The cool thing about that is because we spend so much time modeling everything, we wanted to make sure that the most current cars that we've done really outshine the real cars.
Okay. Oh, cool. Anything else you want to share before we?
Well, it's again, most importantly, November 2nd is our launch date, so everyone, go out there and
finally
start waiting in line. It's going to happen.
Let's start waiting now, right?
Yeah, exactly. And again, implementation of 3D, which is a brand new technology, face tracking, over 1,000 cars, a huge number of tracks with different configurations. There's just so much out there. Oh, and also, the most important factor, the multiplayer mode, which is a brand new mode for Gran Turismo, fully developed, considering a lot of like social media kind of interactions that people are looking for when they race. And
GT5 is kind of focused on having your own space, right? Your personal space where you can track your trophies, what cars you've gotten, and you have a friends list in there and everything, right?
Exactly. And it's one of those things where people are constantly asking us, what can we do? What can you guys do for us in multiplayer? And we've been listening to that.
Excellent. Well, really looking forward to playing it. Really looking forward to hitting that Top Gear test track too. So awesome that you guys got that in there.
Definitely.
Chris, thanks so much for stopping by. Looking forward to playing Gran Turismo 5 when it comes out. Thanks again. And Jess, let's kick it back to you.
Thanks a lot. Looks very good, and I can't wait to slip into the driver's seat. Now remember that you can check up on this game and more at e3.ign.com. Up next is another Sony exclusive racer, but this one is a little bit different. Get set for MotorStorm Apocalypse.